Hey everyone, welcome back to the film Frontline, your #1 spot for everything cinema, culture, and that big screen magic. I am so hyped for today's deep dive because we are finally talking about the return of a legend. That's right, the icon himself, Sam Raimi, is back in the director's chair for a proper horror-adjacent thrill ride. And honestly, the vibes are immaculate. Today, we are breaking down his latest project, Send Help. If you've been following the buzz, this movie has been billed as Misery Meets Castaway, which is basically a dream mashup for any cinephile. But does it actually deliver that classic Raimi energy we've been craving since Drag Me to Hell? Put on your seatbelts because this flight is about to get bumpy. So, let's set the scene. Send Help introduces us to Linda Little, played by the absolute queen, Rachel McAdams. Linda is a brilliant, high-achieving employee at a major firm who is a literal Survivor superfan. Like, she knows the game inside and out. She's grinding for a massive promotion that she totally deserves. But then, enter the ultimate corporate villain. Dylan O'Brien plays Bradley Preston, and let me tell you, he plays the arrogant, sexist, frat bro boss so well you will be yelling at your screen within 5 minutes. Bradley takes over the company and decides to give Linda's her promotion to one of his buddies. But first, he drags her on one last overseas trip to Thailand before he plans to fire her. Then the unthinkable happens. The plane goes down in a spectacular high-tension crash sequence, and Linda and Bradley find themselves as the only survivors on a deserted island. But here's the twist. Bradley is badly injured and completely helpless, while Linda has been training for this her whole life as a super fan of survival shows. The power dynamic shifts instantly, and the girl boss energy radiates off the screen as Linda takes charge. Now, if you're expecting a straight-up, terrifying horror movie, you might need to adjust your expectations. Raimi leans heavily into the dark comedy and camp here. We're talking classic Sam Raimi camera tricks, uncomfortable close-ups, frantic action shots, and that signature wacky visual style that feels like a throwback to Evil Dead 2. There's this one scene involving Linda and a CGI wild boar that is honestly so over-the-top and cartoony that it'll have you laughing and scratching your head at the same time. That's the thing about Send Help. It's a bit of a tonal pendulum. One minute you're watching a gritty survival drama, and the next it feels like a dark sitcom. We also have to talk about the music. Danny Elfman is back collaborating with Raimi, but the score is a wild ride. It jumps from genre to genre so fast, it can feel a little disconnected from what's happening on screen. It's ambitious, but it definitely contributes to that mixed bag feeling the movie has in its first half. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the script. It was written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift, the duo behind Freddy vs. Jason, so they know a thing or two about conflict. For the first 2 acts, you are 100% Team Linda. You want to see her thrive while Bradley suffers. But the third act? It takes a turn that is going to be the talk of the internet. Linda makes a choice that is, frankly, pretty irredeemable. It's a huge, shocking twist that flips the script on whether we should be rooting for her or not. This is a bold move for a Hollywood movie, especially with someone as naturally likable as Rachel McAdams. It raises some major questions. Is the movie a commentary on how corporate toxicity creates monsters? Or is it just leaning into the hell hath no fury trope? The movie doesn't give us easy answers, which I actually find kind of refreshing, even if it leaves the ending feeling a bit muddy. Okay, time for my personal take. Honestly, I am here for the McAdams-O'Brien chemistry. It is absolutely electric. Rachel McAdams is clearly having the time of her life, playing someone who goes from a mistreated employee to a hardened survivor who might be losing her mind. And Dylan O'Brien, he is charmingly punchable. He makes Bradley a character you love to hate, but he also brings enough layers that he isn't just a cardboard cutout villain. The visuals is where I have some beef. For a director of Raimi's caliber, some of the green screen work felt a little dated. The CGI wild boar I mentioned earlier, it looked like it walked out of a 2010 video game. However, Raimi's creative directing style usually makes up for the technical flaws. If you love his spooka-blast style, where you're jumping and laughing at the same time, you're going to find plenty to enjoy here. Is it a masterpiece? No. But is it a wildly entertaining, campy survival thriller that showcases two actors at the top of their game? Absolutely. It's the kind of movie you watch with friends so you can debate the ending for hours afterwards. So, what do you think? Are you ready to see Rachel McAdams go full survivalist mode on a deserted island? And do you think you'd be able to stay likable if you were stuck with your worst boss in the middle of nowhere? Drop your theories and thoughts in the comments below. I want to know if you think Linda's final choice was justified or plain evil. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe to join the front lines of film news. This is the Film Frontline, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay cinematic.